Vazquez, why do you enjoy working for the Yuma Union High School District?
I enjoy working for the Yuma Union High School District because they've played a significant part of my life ever since I moved here back in '97, very, very young. When I became a student here in San Luis High School, I became a student in 2003. I graduated in 2007, and I got a very interesting impression out of the way that I was taught the subjects as a because I come from Mexicali to this area. I got to know some great teachers that to this day they still work here. I'll mention a few names. I'll mention Mr. Wineland. I'll mention Mr. Rebick. I'll mention Mr. Buchanan. And there's other teachers that have also been here in the school. The reason why I enjoy my time here as a special education teacher here is because I'm working with a community of students that primarily in this area, because every high school from the district has their own sets of their groups of students, and I'm talking like culturally. Well, this is a community that is very unique. It comes from a background that is very similar to the background that I have as a former person that used to live in across the border. So these are students that have their special needs, and for their special needs to be met, you need to be approached by individuals that share different or similar backgrounds. So therefore, I enjoy my time here because I am allowed to teach students by giving them a perspective and an approach that is suitable for their specific needs.
What supports do you get as a teacher from your other colleagues that help you to do a great job?
Okay. In terms of the supports that I'm getting here from my colleagues, I'll start with my PLC members. My professional learning communities, we analyze the data that we get from our various subjects. So when it comes to special education here, special education is, it's basically the core academics. So we're dealing with English language arts, mathematics, we're dealing with science, we're dealing with social studies, all core areas with their own special needs population. We take the data from these specific areas and we use the data to assess needs that need to be accommodated in other areas. For example, I teach English, so there's things that I teach that can help students in special needs students in mathematics that are having problems with word problems in mathematics. So we all the PLC teams we analyze this data, and we get everything that we need in order to accommodate the students to the best of their needs. And then when it comes to administration, here we have Leticia Anaya, Ms. Anaya, great administrator. She routinely and very frequently she gets in touch with the team. We get together at least I would say once every week or once every 2 weeks. We touch bases and she hears from our output, and solutions are produced, and we're able to think about those solutions, integrate them, and make differences for the team. And then stepping back away from the special education setting, when it comes to working with general education teachers from other areas, because some of our special needs students are within the general education setting. We tend to also be in touch with the teachers. They communicate what they see, and we assess the needs, and we come up with solutions as well, all within the specifics of each student's IEPs. We follow along with that documentation, and then anything that needs to be done, or if there's any time that we are stuck with something, we have our supervisors, Robin Puglisi, who she works as our supervisor. She's a great instrumental asset here for our team, and She provides a lot of support as well. Again, our administrators and the team as a whole is I'm just very satisfied with the support that we're getting. And then parents, not to mention parents, they also great. They're just great part of the system. A lot of it has to do with communicating with them. We're going through pandemic times, and a lot of it has to do with communicating with parents. And they are part of any, sometimes things happen at home, and we communicate with parents, and we get reasons as to why it is that certain behaviors are occurring. So the school, in general, the school is just very customizable to the needs. And I'm telling this as well because, right now I'm working as a special education teacher, but I've been here since 2015 as a long-term substitute. I started teaching environmental science, and I had a curriculum. I'm just here to teach, and I got everything that I needed from the PLC members of the science team back then. I was able to get what I needed, and I was able to use my background knowledge for me to be able to teach the content that was necessary. The same story follows with social studies. I worked teaching world history for a year, and I was back then I was working with Mr. Wineland, Mr. Rebeck, and they were also able to accommodate me and provide me with everything that I needed for me to be able to teach the content. So in short, giving everybody a perspective here that in whatever subject you're in, you will be accommodated to whatever it is that you need. So I'm very grateful for the support that I've been getting, and I'm sure that for every teacher that joins the district, you will be receiving the same as well.
So when you think of your colleagues, you talked about the fact that working here is like working in a community.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you were a student here at one point.
Mm-hmm. So
how is that then coming back here to work at a place where you went to school and got to give so much of your time and effort?
As a former student, working here has just been the ultimate way to giving back to the community. I am starting to see, I followed the step of my parents when they did that over in their hometown in Mexicali. I am doing the same thing here, I am doing the same thing here, being raised here in San Luis, Arizona, and I am giving back to the community. I am teaching, and not to mention there's some paraprofessionals here that used to be my students years back, so they're following my same steps.